3, 2, 1. Lift off, America. Hey, look, it's the bright-eyed, bushy-tailed, cock-locked, and ready to rock the Glock around the clock, Dr. Spock, old guitar player from Detroit, rocking my flame-throwing We the People ass off. Welcome to another Nightly Nuge. Keith, welcome back to the truth, logic, and common sense altar upon which we genuflect. Is this great taking back America together or what?
You know it is, Ted. I got a kick out of it right before we started today. You got, let me introduce you. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Well, here we go. I'm rather passionate. I don't know if people have noticed that those are flames coming out of my ass. So if ever I show up in town, you might want to bring some marshmallows. Yeah, I'm a father, a husband, a grandfather, a writer, a guitar player, a songwriter, a performer, a guide, an outfitter, a rancher, a farmer, an off-road racer, a mechanic, a kind of like a plumber and a carpenter. I'm surprised I have any fingers left. I almost chopped my finger off this weekend. But I just killed a raccoon this morning with Happy Sadie and Coco. So happy. I want to bring that level of supreme gonzo happiness to my fellow Nightly Nugers who celebrate truth, logic, and common sense. I'm a participant. I have been radical and extreme for at least the last 60 years. Yes, we're going to back when I was 14 years old. Because I saw the stupidity, the engineered dumbing down of America to create apathy and complacency and the comfortable numb, uncomfortably numbnuts that have allowed evil to literally infest our nation, our government, our schools, our media, now with big tech, with their denying, dishonest, hateful fact checkers. I just spent the weekend at the Gun Owners of America rally in Austin, Texas, surrounded by freedom demanders. It's not good enough to love freedom. It's our moral, spiritual, and patriotic duty to demand freedom. And as they continue to, the government, the ATF, the FBI, so many people with so much power continue to violate their sacred oath to the Constitution and create more and more gun control and regulations, all of which qualify as illegal infringements. Gun Owners of America held a rally in Austin, and we got the attention of the bureaucrats realizing that they're so stupid as to somehow celebrate constitutional carry. Hey, everybody, my name's Ted Nugent. This is the Nightly Nuge. What other kind of carry is there? Do you have a First Amendment right to carry your freedom of speech without paperwork? Of course you do. So we're making headways on getting our rights back regardless of Washington, and now with even the Illinois, the Chicago, the Al Capone Supreme Court of Illinois have determined that a ban on the most popular general use weapons in America, semi-automatic rifles and shotguns and pistols, that to ban semi-automatics, Joe Biden, you might want to check on your son Hunter because he's already a felon.
He's in court today, by the way.
They threw out the ban, but Washington is pursuing it. We're going to throw that out. So, my friends, be sure you remember of your state Second Amendment organization, the Second Amendment Committee, the Right to Keep and Bear Arms, Gun Owners of America. I still think that the NRA, Institute for Legislative Action, still does a good job. Make sure your money goes to fight against the infringements. But also, Keith, on another level, we're going to continue with the Nightly Nuge all week as always, and thank you everybody for supporting the Truth, Logic, and Common Sense We the People celebration here. But I also attended and did the keynote speech and played a fire-breathing Star-Spangled Banner at the Border Force Rally, asking my bureaucrats in the great Republic of Texas, so is Remember the Alamo just a catchphrase? Is it a slogan? Or do you believe to remember that patriots gave their lives to keep America free from the tyrants and the gangsters of Mexico? Remembering the Alamo is to secure my damn borders. Inexcusable, criminal. Greg Abbott is a good governor, but if you were a good bass player, you couldn't be in my band. You have to be a great bass player. So the greatest governors in America are Kristi Noem, South Dakota, Ron DeSantis, Florida, and surprisingly, I believe, Greg Abbott in Texas. But he has not secured the Texas border. Unforgivable. So everybody make sure you're raising hell that we have the right to keep and bear arms without paperwork, and that our nation is not a nation, and the government has failed miserably as they refuse to secure our borders.
Let me ask you about that event down in Texas, Ted. Obviously, that is a big thing. They're trying to get the Texas legislature to establish the Border Defense Unit. Obviously, that's a big thing down in Texas. I'm sure Governor Abbott was at the event, right?
Governor Abbott was not at the event. Chip Roy was at the event. Lara Logan was at the event. A lot of great patriots, law enforcement, Keith.
But why not? Why not, Ted? Did he have a reason why he wasn't there? Have you heard from him? Has the group heard from him?
Remember, the self-inflicted scourge and mystery of the question why will drive you crazy. Why isn't Hillary Clinton in shackles in a cage somewhere? Why isn't Eric Holder and Barack Obama?
No, but my question is, did he have something else? I mean, was there something more important than that? Because I'm sure you saw, Ted, as I saw, there was a guy down in Cleveland, Texas. They call him a Mexican nationalist, which means he's here illegally.
An invader.
He executed 5 people because the neighbor had come out and said, hey, would you stop shooting your rifle at midnight because I have kids sleeping? The guy went over to their house, shot 5 people, including an 8-year-old boy. So maybe Governor Abbott was down there. I don't know. I'm maybe making some excuses, but there really is no excuse. We've got to secure that southern border. Ted, final word on that issue.
Well, we are being invaded. So much crime is committed, so many lives are lost and destroyed by illegal invaders that Uncle Sam and Greg Abbott refuse to do their number one responsibility and secure our border. So once again, on the Nightly Nuge, we should all be calling everybody in elected office and demanding, secure my damn border. When you've got the Border Patrol czar, what is his name, Mayorkas? He looks right in the camera, and like all the bureaucrats in the Uncle Sam gangster criminal cult, they lie and say the border is secure. I mean, that's like saying Jeffrey Dahmer is my favorite chef. These people are out of their minds. They're lying. They're getting away with it. So we, the people, have to hold them accountable and put pressure on them to secure the border and stop the engineered recidivism and quit infringing on my right to self-defense and to keep and bear arms.
You know what, Ted? Great job down there in Texas. And when you think about it, of all the states that we shouldn't have to worry about fighting for freedoms, Texas, Jim Bowie, Travis, Crockett, all those people at the Alamo that gave everything for the great state of Texas, the Republic of Texas, to have those freedoms. Those guys, would they still go to the wall at the Alamo today, knowing what they know now? I wonder. But great job down there, Ted. Tomorrow, I want to talk, we highlight a bunch of negative stuff. Tomorrow, I want to highlight something positive that came out of my own home state. 2 bills that got passed on the transgender issue. One that didn't get passed. We can maybe chastise them a little bit. But tomorrow, Ted, we're going to call it Transgender Tuesday, because I know you love the name transgender because it's so appropriate. But we're going to talk about lopping your wiener off tomorrow right here on the Nightly Nuge.
And just like the vaccine is not a vaccine, there's no such thing as transgender. You are a gender and you can't trans. So we're not going to use that word on this program.